Now, digital cameras, camcorders, and webcams, again, is an interesting case study on how this input type has changed and evolved over time. As far as point-and-shoot digital cameras, you don't need them anymore. They've been supplanted by digital cameras. My iPhone, for instance, that I carry in my pocket, takes better pictures than the point-and-shoot digital camera that I purchased a few years ago that at the time was the market leader. At right, you see an example of a digital single-lens reflex, or SLR camera. These are still popular among hobbyists and professional photographers because these are not point-and-shoot cameras. You're shooting in digital, of course, but as you can see from the back of this camera, you have the ability to fully control aperture and shutter speed and white balance and all of the components that go into photography. So there's certainly still a market need for digital SLR cameras. On the video track, again, smartphones can do high-def video, and they've been able to for a long time. I remember several years ago, I used the flip cameras. My wife and I loved those because the last model they made before they went under, the company, I think Cisco bought them, come to think of it. But at any rate, that shot high def, 720p high def if I remember correctly. But your phone can do some really nice video. Again though, at the prosumer and professional level where you need much more control over your video, then you can turn to digital camcorders, and they do not only regular high def, 720p and 1080p, they can do the 4K Ultra HD nowadays. And I did some shopping for one the other day, and I was surprised that I could find a decent 4K camcorder for about $1,000 new. And that to me seems like a very reasonable price. Webcams are really cool. They're useful for business because in business nowadays, I mean, for my part, I've worked as a remote employee out of my home for over 10 years now. So webcams are crucial when I attend business meetings so I can participate. I can do both video and audio directly through the webcam because most webcams nowadays have microphones built in. Certainly laptop computers, almost all that I'm aware of, have integrated webcams. So these can be used for connectivity in business and personal situations. We can also use webcams as a basic security camera. Speaking of security, I tend to cover up my webcam when I'm not using it. And if I really feel like a little paranoid, I might disable the microphone as well, because you read all the time about hackers compromising webcams. Not that I'm doing anything crazy here. I mean, if you were to see me recording this right now, you'd probably vacillate between being bored and being entertained by looking at all my goofy facial movements. But at any rate, I wanted to throw that suggestion out to you.